Google Incorporated (GOG) should be sued by the Federal Trade Commission for trying to block competitors' access to key smartphone technology patents in violation of antitrust law, the agency's staff told commissioners in a formal recommendation, according to 4 people familiar with the matter. The majority of the agency's 5 commissioners are inclined to sue, according to the people, who declined to be identified because the matter isn't public. The final decision on the staff recommendation, made last month, isn't likely until after the November 6 presidential election, they said. At issue are Google's efforts. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. To block U.S. imports of products made by Microsoft Corporation MSFT and Apple Incorporated AAPL by claiming the devices, which rely on industry-standard technology, infringe patents owned by Google's Motorola Mobility unit, the people said. We take our commitments to license on fair, reasonable, and non-discriminatory terms very seriously and are happy to answer any questions, Nikki Fenwick, a Google spokeswoman, said. Peter Kaplan, a spokesman for the FTC, declined to comment. The FTC opened a formal probe into the matter in June, when it began seeking information from companies including Thank You for Trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Microsoft and Apple about whether Google offered licensing for technology under patents that help operate 3G wireless, Wi-Fi and video streaming on fair and reasonable terms, a person familiar with the matter said at the time. Industry-standard technology helps ensure that different manufacturers' products, such as mobile phone antennas and global positioning system software, work together. Companies that create technology that helps develop the agreed-upon industry-standard pledge to license patents for those inventions on reasonable terms. The FTC is also focusing on Google's decision to continue litigation started by Motorola Mobility over industry-standard patents. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Before Google bought the company, those lawsuits could end up blocking imports of popular consumer products such as Microsoft's Xbox and Apple's iPhone and iPad. There is a tough emerging attitude by antitrust regulators who recognize that the failure to honor standard essential patent commitments needs to be treated much more severely than in the past, said Bert Erfurter, president of the American Antitrust Institute in Washington, which advocates strong enforcement of antitrust law. The agencies want to move this issue to the forefront by speaking out and tackling these high-profile cases. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Samsung Electronics' U.S. antitrust regulators have agreed the FTC will focus on Motorola Mobility while the Justice Department will scrutinize Samsung Electronics Co.'s handling of industry-standard patent claims, said a person familiar with the matter June 30. The European Commission opened formal probes of Motorola Mobility and Samsung Electronics Company for the same issues earlier this year. The investigation into Google's use of standard essential patents is separate from the agency's broader probe examining whether Google's business practices in search, advertising and mobile hurt competition, the people said. FTC investigators are also recommending the Commission thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Sue Google in that case, 3 people familiar with the matter said October 13. The final decision hasn't been made. Smartphone market patent litigation is escalating as device makers vie for increasing shares of the worldwide smartphone market, which reached $219 billion last year, according to data compiled by Bloomberg. The global patent fights heated up in March 2010, when Apple filed its first complaint at the International Trade Commission against Android phone maker HTC Corporation 2498. An ITC judge is considering whether Microsoft infringed Motorola Mobility patents including for video compression technology. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Motorola Mobility dropped 2 patents on Wi-Fi standards that will expire shortly after the scheduled end of the investigation. The ITC found that Apple didn't infringe 2 of Motorola Mobility's standard essential patents. 2 federal judges will consider arguments that Motorola Mobility breached its commitment to the industry groups to offer its standard essential patents on fair terms. The first trial, involving Apple includes breach of contract claims against Motorola Mobility, begins November 5 in federal court in Madison, Wisconsin, while a non-jury trial of Microsoft's claim against Motorola Mobility is scheduled to begin November 1 in federal court. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. In Seattle, neither judge is expected to rule immediately. Retail royalties. Motorola Mobility had asked for royalties of 2.25% on the retail price of each product, which it has said was the standard opening offer it makes. It has said neither Microsoft nor Apple would negotiate. Microsoft said in court papers the royalties would amount to $4 billion a year, a figure it would never agree to pay. Apple, in its own case, said the technology is worth, at most, $1 per unit. It's hard to see the antitrust. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Violations here as being very strong, said Jorge Contreras, an associate law professor at American University in Washington. They are rattling a lot of sabers at the regulatory agencies, but my suspicion is that those won't go that far, said Contreras, who participated in an FTC workshop last year on standards.